Hello everyone, my name is Prachi and today I am here with the topic to find SP, that is selling price, when CP, that is cost price, and profit percentage or loss percentage is given. So you get a lot of questions in this aspect to find SP when CP is given and profit percentage or loss percentage is given. So I have a trick to do it in an easier manner. So first I will tell you how to do it with formula, and then I will tell you how to use it, how to use the trick, which is again based on the same formula. So let's read the question first. Dinesh bought a book for $10 and sold it with a gain of 15%, and we need to find the SP, right? So first of all, whenever you get the word problem, you need to write the information in the form of statement which is provided in the question. So we have got here Dinesh bought a book. That means, is it a selling price or a cost price? He bought it. So it costed him. So it's a cost price. So we'll write CP is equal to how much? It is $10, right? And sold it with a gain of. Gain means what? It's a profit, right? Profit percentage. It's not only profit, it's a profit percentage. How much? 15%. What we need to find? We need to find SP question mark. Okay. And what is the formula? Formula is SP is equal to 100 plus profit percentage upon 100 times CP. This is the formula. Let's place the values. 100 plus what is profit percentage? 15 over 100 times CP. What is CP? $10 here. Okay. So it becomes 100 plus 15 is 115 upon 100 times 10. Cross out the zeros. And now we have learnt it in the decimal chapters that if the denominator is 10, then in a number you should need only one decimal place, because 10 has only one zero. So it becomes 11.5. So 0.5 is only one decimal place and 10 also has one zero. That's why the cost of the book which he sold, right? He sold it for $11.5. Okay, he bought it for $10 and he sold it for $11.5. Now let's try to solve it in a trick, okay, in an easier way. So first you need to understand that he bought a book for $10, so CP, right? So $10, what is 100% of $10? So 100% of any number is the number itself, isn't it? So that is why 100% price of that book, 100% of CP. Now it's a profit. Okay. So whatever amount or whatever the cost of that book was, 15% more he has, 15% more he has placed the selling price of it, right? So 15% of again of what? 15% of CP. And if you add this, that is nothing but your selling price, isn't it? 100% price of whatever that book was plus 15% of it, right? So 100 plus 15 is 115% of CP, isn't it? Okay, 115% of CP. If it was loss, then we would do 100 minus 15, because you are reducing the value. When you get loss, that means you are reducing the value. But right now this is gain. I will take one more example where there is a loss. Okay, so let's first deal with it. 115% of CP. Let's write it in a numerical format now. 115. How do we write 115%? 115 upon 100 of in mathematics is always multiplication of CP. How much is the CP? 10. Let's find it out. Cross out 110. Can you see? Again we have reached on this level where 1100 and 115 upon 10, that gives you answer $11.5. That's it. Can you see? This is what this step I wrote it so that you can understand. But can you imagine, it's like only two-step question now. We wrote this much, but it's just a two-step. Okay, so it's a very easier technique. Now let's take one more example where I will be explaining the loss concept of it. Yes, now this is the example. Let's read the question. Ron purchased a table for rupees 1500 and sold it with a loss of 20%. Find the selling price of table. As we were discussing the previous question, I told you whenever there is a increase in a price, that's a profit for the seller definitely. Okay, so here he sold it with a loss. That means whatever he has paid to buy that table, he has to sell it less than that. Okay, this is what we say loss is, right? Selling price is lesser than the cost price. That is nothing but loss, right? So for example, it's like suppose you are buying something at 10 rupees, right? And then you are selling it only for 8. It's loss, right? So what you have to see, whenever it's a loss, that means the price is decreasing, right? The price of that thing is decreasing for the seller, right? So let's just do it now with the same trick. What did I say? So while formulating this, we'll write 100% of CP. Now CP is how much here? Let's write first the information in a statement. That's must, otherwise you will lose your marks. Okay, so what do we have? He purchased the table, so that's why CP is equals to how much? 1500 rupees. Then loss percentage is 20%, and we need to find what? Selling price. Okay, so I'm just writing again for your information. Now once you get through it, you do not need to write this first step. Okay, so it's like 100% of CP, as it is loss, you have to subtract, okay, minus 20% of CP, that is nothing but your selling price. Okay, so 100% of CP is how much? 1500, right? 1500, and 1500 plus 20% of 1500, isn't it? That because CP is everywhere. So 100% of this minus 20%. 100 minus 20 is 80%. That means now you are interested in 80% of CP. Am I right? That is nothing but your SP. 80% of CP. So let's find out how do we write 80%. 80 upon 100 of multiplication, and CP is how much? 1500. Cross out two zeros. What do we have? 80 times 15. That gives you answer 15 times 8 is 120, and then 10 on it. So rupees 1200 is now the selling price of the table. So as you can see, clearly loss. He bought it for 1500 and he sold it for 1200. So that's a clear loss. How much of loss? 20%. So whenever you get a question, you need to omit this step. Okay, so it's like 20% of loss. That means we are now interested in 80% of the value, right? That's what we did, 80% of the CP. So once you find that, that's your selling price. I hope this technique, this easy technique, might be helpful for you, and see you in the next video with a new topic. Until then, bye bye.